Aloha! In this video I'm going to talk about Boolean connectives and, or, and exclusive or. Boolean connectives is a fancy way of saying we have ways of connecting our conditional statements. Okay, so for example, in previous videos we've looked at using if statements to evaluate some sort of condition, like if num1 is greater than or equal to 4, then take some action, like print that's a pretty small number. So, and we looked at that. But sometimes we want to be able to look at something a little bit more complex. We want to know if x is perhaps less than or equal to 4, but greater than or equal to 1. And there's a way of doing this, but we can't write out this in a Perl condition. What we can do, though, is say if num1 is greater than or equal to 1 and num1 is less than or equal to 4. And this allows us to do quite a bit. So we can build some complex things of finding if this number is between these values using a simple AND statement. I want to know if both of these conditions are true. Now sometimes I just want to know if either of these conditions are true. And if that's the case, I'm going to use an OR. That means this condition will be met, and whatever my print statement is will be carried out, provided either the number is less than or greater than or equal to 1 or less than or equal to 4. Okay, but not necessarily both. It could be both, but it doesn't have to be. Now sometimes we want to know if either one is true, but not both. So if we call this an exclusive OR, num1 is greater than or equal to 1, or num1 is less than or equal to 4. So in this case, if the number is less than 4 and greater than or equal to 1, then it will be false. But if it's less than 4 and less than 1, then the statement will be true. So the exclusive OR is set up so that one of the two statements is true. Now if we have more, we can make this even more complex and have something like less than or equal to, greater than or equal to 1, less than or equal to 4, and have another XOR num1 equals 2. Okay, so, and that might be another condition we want to evaluate. In this case, if we have an odd number of conditions met, then the XOR condition is true. If we have an even number, then it evaluates as false. We'll explore XOR, the exclusive OR, in more detail in a future video. But just know that AND is useful for making sure both conditions are met. OR means one or both conditions are met, and XOR means only one of the two conditions are met. That's it for this video. Happy coding. Mahalo.